Alright, so right here, new canvas, okay? So CPI 111. Alright, we're gonna go custom 512 or 512. I'm good. Resolution always 72 for everything that is on the screen. Okay? Bump it up to 144 only for printing stuff. Alright? Or 340. Or 300, sorry. For printing only. I never go to 300 even for printing, you guys. You're gonna have to have a really good reason. It's gonna be extremely artistic. Alright? Meaning you showing a painting or something like that is extremely artistically involved, so you want all the details as much as you can, all right? Because you're going to use some type of paper that is really, you know, that's going to take it basically. If not, I start 144. But everything visual, 72 dpi, okay? Pixel obviously, RGB because you can be in CMYK, so RGB, red, green, blue, all right? And the 8 bits, transparent, and we click OK. So now we have our square pretty much right there. Now let's go to the tools right here. Okay. First tool is the selection tool to select an object, to select something. Well, actually the first thing I'm going to show you guys is the layer right here. If you go right on the side, you have what's called layers. Okay. At the menu under it right here, you can create new layers. See, it makes them up. All right. You can delete them with a little garbage. And you can create folders to group elements together. All right, it's important because you're going to create stuff, art pieces with a lot of layers. A lot of layers. You're going to use that. Okay, you want to make sure you group your layers in proper grouping. Let me explain to you guys easily. Let's say I'm doing a watch, a game with a watch for a watch game, whatever. Okay, now I might want just the bracelet by itself, the glass by itself, the outside by itself. Then the inside mechanism might have multiple layers of mechanism. I might design one layer, and then I design the other layers on another layer, basically, one after the other until I'm done. It makes it easy, all right, to work. All right? It makes it easy to animate. Okay, you guys? Very important. One thing also you can do is, and you need to do that, is rename your layers. Right? So I make a couple layers. I'll call the first one blue. Blue bottom, basically. I call the middle one red. Middle. And I call the other one green top. Alright, right there. So I got my 3 layers right there. What's important to understand is that layers work like that. Let's say that's my blue layer, that's that thing right there. It's at the bottom right there. If I put something in the middle layer, the red layer, it'll be on top of it and will hide everything behind it that object covers. If I put something on the front layer after that, the green top layer, it'll hide those 3. Okay, let me make you a little sample. If you go to the next tool right here, all right, the little circle, the oval circle right there, you have, it's called Elliptical Marquee tool. Okay. You want to, if you can click on it and you have a couple of them, you have a single row, single up and down, you have the rectangle and the elliptical. Let's take the rectangle for example, and we put ourselves in the blue layer, okay? And we make a rectangle right there. It's just a marquee selection of the shape we want, right? Then we are going to go into another tool. See right here you have the colors. This is the foreground color and this is the background color. When you click on the color, it opens the window where you can choose another color. Let's say I'm choosing the blue. I click OK. I go to the little paint bucket right there. I select that paint bucket, click in my rectangle selection, and boom, it delimitates my stuff and makes my square rectangle blue. Alright? Everybody understand that? Any question on that? Pretty easy. Okay? Now I go to my red one, I change layers. I change my color, go to red, click OK, and I'm going to make a new layer, a new selection, sorry. A new selection, I'm going to select the elliptical one, and I'm going to make on top of it, but not everywhere on top, a new selection. I'm going to select the bucket and fill a new selection in red. You see that it's taking over the blue one. Alright? Now I can deselect that by going select, deselect, and I'm gonna use the last tool, the lasso tool, and I'm gonna make a weird shape. With the lasso, just the lasso tool, it makes the shape you want, right here. And I'm gonna fill it with green. I'm gonna go on the green layer. It's important to be on the proper layer, all right? And fill it with green, right here. All right? Now, I deselect that. As you can see, I got my top layer. You can see, we can see the designs. The green is only in the top layer, because I was on the top layer when I made it. The red is only in the middle layer, because I was in the middle layer when I made it. The blue is only on the bottom layer, because I was on the bottom layer when I made it. Okay? Now, I have nothing selected, but I can take the little selection tool right here, the move tool right here, go to, let's say, the red layer, because I want to move the red point. I go to the red layer, and I just select it and move it. And I can move it anywhere I want on that canvas without disturbing any of the other pieces. All right? Which is very useful. I can do that with the green too. All right? I can do that with the blue one too. All right? If I want to have, let's say now, the blue in the between the green and the red, all right, you guys, I'm going to grab the blue layer, select it, and with my left mouse button, I'm going to move it all the way in between those two layers, and boom, it changes the way it's looking. Simple stuff. All right? Everybody understand that? Okay, let me keep going. All right? And after that, you have right here a little pencil. You click on it. You go to the magic wand, and the magic wand will let you select areas. Let's say you want to select the empty area around the red thing. All right? You click, bless you, you click in the empty thing with your magic wand, and everything around it has been selected. Okay? Now you can give it the color you want. Let's say you don't want to give it a gray. You can select that, go to your bucket, click it, and that's gray. All right? In the red itself. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Now you can go to select, because you selected the empty area. You can go to select and go to inverse. And now only your red point is selected. Okay, that could be very useful if you have, let's say, a couple different points on the same layers. You see, you can see it or not, the layers, by clicking the little eye to make it visible or not. Let's say I got those two layers. I don't want to move the red. I want to move the gray only. I'm going to select the little magic wand right here, click on my gray, take my move tool, and move my gray wherever I want. All right? Nice and easy like that. Any question on that? Okay, I keep going. Now, under that, you have, that's the cropping tool. Basically, you can draw, let me deselect, yeah. Okay. You can select the cropping tool right here, make a cropping window right there. All right, everything outside will be cropped and cut, and you can adjust it by selecting the little cubes right there. So you can select the size of what you want to crop. And then after that, you right click on your object, and you can accept the crop. See, it cropped it. Or I could have canceled my cropping. All right, that's the cropping tool, nice and easy. Under that, you have the pen tool. A little bit more complicated. Actually, no, that's a slicing tool, sorry. Slicing tool, you don't need it for now, that's for web. It slices stuff in multiple pieces. We'll look at that, maybe for animation we'll look into it. Under that, you have the cloning tool, eating brush. The eating brush is great. We'll come back to it next class when we'll use it for texturing, for seamless. It actually basically reproduces the bump and the lighting information of your image. All right? Don't worry, we'll get back to that next time. Okay? Now, on the brush action right here, you have a brush. The brush has multiple size. All right? By clicking on its size right here, you can change it. Something important is also the hardness of your brush. Right now, I got what's called a soft tip, which is no hardness whatsoever. So if you see how it's kind of blurry on the edges right here, if I go back right there and I make it very hard, look at the difference on the edge. Right? It's a very totally different type of brush. You have the brush, you have the pencil, all right, which is the same way but in a pencil type of things. Okay, you guys. You have the cloning. We'll go back to cloning next time.